Hello and welcome to yet another guitar channel with me, Anjay. Today we're going to talk about plectrums. Now the reason I want to talk about plectrums is really because Dan's Guitar Store sent me a load of really cool ones. But also I think it's an interesting thing to think about because plectrums don't get enough credit for what they do. And what they do is they allow us to interface with our guitar if that's our chosen method rather than fingerstyle. So just for that reason, these should be one of the most important things in your guitar kit is the right plectrum for you. Now I've been through a journey over the years of trying to find the right plectrum. And when I started, I was using whatever you get my hands on, and then I moved to the 1mm Dunlops. And then, because I was playing heavy metal and needed an aggressive pick attack, started using big stubbies, which stunted my guitar playing abilities and growth for years. So this is how important the right plectrum is. Having used this for years and years and years, I decided to try the Jazz 3 that lots of people were talking about, and it unlocked my guitar instantly. Just changing plectrum made me a better player instantly because the technique was there, but this thing was stopping me using a lot of it. So that got me to think, what other plectrums are there? So I went on a bit of a journey, just checking out loads and loads of plectrums. And I discovered a few that I liked. And I used loads of different materials. I used wood, bamboo, metal, polycarbonate, acetate, Tortex, all these things. And I finally settled on the Jazz 3 and flow picks. Originally Rabea flow picks and then the White Fang James Hetfields. And then I saw Dan's Guitar Store advertising a precision pick that looked really interesting, which was a pick about this size compared to the Jazz 3. And I thought, you know what, I'll give that a go. I've been playing around with chicken picks and wasn't really getting on with them. And then the precision pick felt great, but was quite big. And then Dan released the mini, so compared to this, which is about the size of a Jazz 3. And I fell straight in love with it. It fitted everything I needed. It was strong, it was thick, it was small. This one I've been using for a year nearly and has hardly worn at all. So when Dan said to me, hey, I've got some new picks coming out, do you want to try them? I jumped at the chance. And like I said, it got me back onto thinking about why this is important. Now, there are lots of different things to think about with a pick. The thickness, the shape, the size, the material. And Dan's covered quite a lot of this. So the 6 new plectrums are as follows. There are 2 polycarbonate ones, a 3mm thick one and a 2mm thick one. Both of them have carved edges and a sharp point, and I think would be great for shredders because for fast picking, you don't want any give. You want it to get back to center as quick as possible. Really comfortable, really good grip, and I think these will really, really appeal to those faster players. Then we've got the XL, which compared to the Mini is quite large. Now, I'm not sure who this will appeal to. Dan said this was the only pick that got sent back to him. Bass players, maybe. I'm going to give this to my bass player to try out because I think they might like it. But if you're into really big plectrums, can't go far wrong with this. It's got a bit of flex to it, sharp edges, made of the same material as this, so it's going to be pretty indestructible. Who knows? But then the 3, in fact, that really got me thinking. And these are the tapered plectrums. Now, these are a bit different. So you have 3 different sizes. These 2, or thicknesses, go from 1.5 millimeters down to 0.99 millimeters and 0.08 millimeters. So they taper downwards. And then this one, which starts at 1 millimeter and goes down to 0.7. Now this one's a bit more flexible and I've found quite good for kind of strumming because it's got that flex to it. These 2, I love. The thickness at this end means there's not much flex in it, and if you hold it sort of nearer the tip, you get almost no flex at all. If you then hold it slightly further back, you get that flex, but you still get all of the control and the precision. You've got really high grip, and because of the way that it's shaped, I can also use it on its side, which I do a lot with my picks anyway. As I know, I just love this tapered design. Both of these are great. I'm not sure which one's my favourite. I think the thicker of the 2 is possibly my favourite. but it's just a really interesting design and a nice take on a standard pick. Like I said, and it got me thinking about this whole thing of what the right plectrum is for you. Now, what I have said to Dan is, if you ever decided to make a mini with a taper on it, I'm more than happy to get involved in that. Custom branded, yet another guitar pick. I'm all there for it. But yeah, thank you, Dan, for making me rethink my plectrum choices once more. I do think I'm going to be sticking with these and buying a few more. Now, what's great about these particular ones is they're about £8 for 10, and I'll put some links below for these. But what I want you to do is think about your plectrum. Have you been using it forever? Is it one that you've had in your pocket that you just sort of keep pulling out? Is it kind of worn down, looks more like a coin than a plectrum? Try other plectrums. Try multi-packs, try different sizes, shapes, materials, and find the one that you feel really suits your playing style. Because you might find, just like I did, that just moving from this to this unlocks the way you play. Let me know your thoughts. What have you used in the past that has sort of changed the way you play? Are you pick up anything and play with it? Use a coin? I used to do cut up foam cards, if you remember those, and make plectrums out of them. I've made a few of my own that I like the shape of, but were never quite right. Let me know in the comments. Like, subscribe. Thank you again to Dan's Guitar Store, and I'll see you again soon. Cheers.